भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम। We'll chant those mantra. Om Brahma Devanam Prathamah Sambhabhuva. Om Brahma Devanam Prathamah Sambhabhuva. Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta. Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta. सब्रह्म विद्यां सर्व विद्या प्रतिष्ठां सब्रह्म विद्यां सर्व विद्या प्रतिष्ठां ज्येष्ठपुत्राय अथर्वाय प्राह ज्येष्ठपुत्राय प्राह अथर्वणेयां प्रवदेत विद्या प्रवदेत ब्रह्मा अथर्वा त्वां पुरोवाच अंगिरे ब्रह्म विद्याम् अथर्वा तां पुरोवाच अंगिरे ब्रह्म विद्याम् सब्भारद्वाजाय सत्यवहाय प्राह सब्भारद्वाजाय सत्यवहाय प्राह भारद्वाजो अंगिरसे परावराम् भारद्वाजो अंगिरसे परावराम। शौनको हवै महाशालः शौनको हवै महाशालः अंगिरसं विधिवत् उपसन्नः पप्रच्छ अंगिरसं विधिवत् उपसन्नः पप्रच्छ कस्मिन्नु भगवो विज्ञाते कस्मिन्नु भगवो विज्ञाते सर्वमिदं विज्ञातं भवतीति सर्वमिदं विज्ञातं भवतीति। Before I continue further, one of the students asked me some question. I thought I will share with the class this thing. You see, it is said, Brahma Devanam Prathamah Sambhabhuva. Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta. You know, he is a creator of this Vishwa, of this Vividha Pratyaya Gocharam Gamyam Vishwam, this world, you know. So, that world that is known through various pratyas, knowledge, means consisting of varieties of objects, consisting of varieties of things and situations and people. That is good. Generally, we grow up in a tradition that Brahmaji is a creator, Bhagavan Vishnu is the one who sustains, and Lord Shiva who destroys it. And in English, they translate by saying Trinity. This is another problem, Trinity. And how Brahmaji, if he is a creator, then Vishwasya Karta is okay. But the question is, how can he be Bhuvanasya Gopta, one who protects the whole creator, whole creation? How Brahmaji can be protector, sustainer, can be creator, all right. We have seen this in Ishavasya Upanishad, and further we will have discussion in this Mundaka itself. We have to know one thing, that they are not three entities. It is the same Ishvara. He being the very Upadana Karanam, Ishvara is the creator. Ishvara is the so-called sustainer. And Ishvara is not the destroyer. Because that creator, whatever has been created by creator, is non-separate from the creator. Brahma creates this world, which it is non-separate from Brahma, and Brahma himself is non-separate from Ishvara. So the creator and created, both are same. The same creator becomes the created as though. He manifests as the created. Like in my dream, I am the subject and I am the object. So same Ishvara is Brahma, is Vishnu, is Shiva. Same Ishvara manifests as Brahmaji. Same Ishvara manifests himself as Vishnu. And same Ishvara manifests himself as a Lord Shiva. If the creator is Ishvara, or you can say Brahman, created is non-separate from Brahman. Creator, Brahmaji, Mr. Brahmaji is nothing. Let me use this word to differentiate between Brahma and Brahman. The Brahman manifests itself as Brahmaji, Mr. Brahmaji. And that Brahmaji creates out of himself. Created thing is not separate from himself. So, this word, Brahma is a creator, can be understood in this sense. He manifested as the creation. It is not that there is something created. The same Vastu appears as many. The same Vastu expresses, you can use, if I am permitted to use this word, as many. Brahmaji expresses himself as many. The same Ishvara expresses himself, same Brahman expresses itself. Maya Upahitam, Brahman. The Maya endowed with Brahman manifests himself as the creator, the one. He manifests himself as the creator, and he manifests as the creation as well. So there is no creation, it is manifestation. And that being the case, as I said, Lord Shiva is not a destroyer. The typical, all this looks very naive, G, generator, O, operator, D, destroyer. Generator, operator, destroyer, God, God. Shiva doesn't destroy, he withdraws. I don't destroy the dream, I fold it back. I just withdraw it, the creation, which was nothing but manifestation. And the very sustenance also, Though we call sustainer is Vishnu, but that is not separate from Brahman. It is the same Brahman that manifests as Vishnu. The same Ishvara or same Brahman, when viewed from different standpoint of view, gets different name. Therefore, we say they are same. When the Brahman is viewed with reference to creation, from the standpoint of the creation or manifestation, he is referred to as Brahma. From the standpoint of view of sustenance, he is seen as Vishnu. And from the standpoint of view of withdrawal or dissolving the Nama Rupa, the same Ishvara gets the status of Shiva. So that Trinity is one, okay? There is no Trinity. You can say threefold manifestation of the Ishvara, okay? And therefore, we can also say, that it is the same Ishvara or same Brahman is a creator, Vishwasya Karta, then Bhuvanasya Guptascha. The Ishvara who as though became Brahma, Mr. Brahma, and that Brahma, Mr. Brahma, as though becomes Vishnu. It may not be palatable to devotees, especially Vaishnava devotees, because there is a popular story and belief that Lord Vishnu was lying on this serpent, Shesha, Naga. And from his navel, Brahmaji came out. He gave birth to Brahmaji. Here you have to understand. If you see Shiv Purana, then you see the different story. He created Vishnu and Brahma, etc. There, in this first part of that story, Vishnuji giving birth to Brahma and Shivji, that Vishnu is referred as Brahman. And therefore they have a new name, Narayana. Narayana gave birth to Brahma, and Narayana gave rise to Vishnu, and Narayana gave rise to Shiva. Same Vastu. Maya Upahita Chaitanyam. That because the devotees, the mind needs a form, and to accept that form that my Ishta as Sarvagna, as Sarvashaktiman, is called as the creator of the creator. Brahmaji is creator, but who created Brahma? Narayana. He came from the Nabi of Narayana. It is same Brahman, not separate. Shiv Purana may have different story, that Shivji created Brahmaji and Vishnu. There Shiva, then Vishnu and Rudra, then it is referred. That is Shiva is Maya Upahita Brahman, Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma, and that Maya Upahita Chaitanya is called as Ishvara. So Narayana is Ishvara, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh are created. Mahesh is Ishvara, Mahadev is therefore Mahadev. Shiva Bhakta Vichadya, Deva of the Deva. Mahadev is Ishvara, and then he created Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, etc. So, in that same Ishvara, you, from the standpoint of view of the different aspect of the creation, different laws, different orders, which sustains the entire creation, he can be viewed as devatas. Those devatas are also not separate from Brahma, Mr. Brahma, because he created. And I explained to you, Brahma became the creation. The creator and the creation are not separate, not separate. So the Brahma creator as though became the creation. Means he manifested himself as the creation. And the creation is dynamic, is kinetic. It is sustained. It is not a static creation like creating a table out of the wood. It's the creative process is on and on and on, and that is sustenance. And that is harmony also. All that is maintained by different laws, orders of the creation, since the creator Brahma is, and he created the creation which is non-separate from him, all the laws are also non-separate. And those laws can be referred, or they are referred as Devata. Indra Devata, Vayu Devata, Chandra Devata, etc. Okay? All these devatas are nothing but various laws, various orders which sustains the creation. But the creator manifests as the very creation. Therefore, laws are also the creation not being separate from creator. Laws are also not separate from him. So he can be referred as Devata, and you can invoke him through Devata because they are not separate from him. Okay? So the Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta, that Goptrutvam, look at him from the phenomena of rain aspect. What is that rain? Well, that is also Indra Devata. But entire creation is non-separate from him. So the rain order, the niyama of the rain is also not separate from him. So Indra is non-separate from Ishvara, and that is one way of looking at it. Then he becomes a Devata. Indra being non-separate from it, that Indra is called Devata. So Indra is called Devata. Agni is Devata. Varuna is Devata. Vayu is Devata. Okay? Okay. Now see that. So Brahmaji is a protector. Which Brahma? The same Brahman who manifested as Brahma and who created the world, or that Brahma manifested as the creation, and the creation is sustained by various laws. Therefore, he becomes the protector also. Okay? Not exactly protector, but sustainer, because of whom the whole creation sustains. Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta. He is a Bhuvanasya Vishwakar creator, and you Gopta, protector, sustain. You can say further, he is the one who withdraws the creation into himself. Which we may think in the beginning, how can he withdraw? He is only a creator. But he himself assumes the status of Mahadeva, Shiva. He himself assumes the status of Vishnu to sustain it. And by having assumed the status of Vishnu, he sustains. Having assumed the status of Mahadeva, he withdraws the whole creation. That is why when you see those stutis, those praise in Bhagavatam and Shiva Purana, etc., they say this, oh Bhagavan, you are the one who has created the whole thing, and you are the one who is sustaining the whole thing, and you are the one unto whom everything is dissolved. This is how you are. Okay. Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta Prathama Sambhavuva. Prathama is both ways. The first manifestation. The first manifestation in name and form of Ishvara is Brahmaji. And so, by order, chronological order, he is Prathamaha. Gunastasya Prathamaha. With reference to qualities, also Brahmaji is Prathamaha. Why he is Prathamaha? Because he is Sarvagna Sarvashaktiman. Because even the one who creates Jnana, Vairagya, Dharma, etc. is there with Brahmaji in absolute sense. Therefore, Prathama. So, Kalataha Prathamaha, Gunataha api Brahmaji Sambhavuva, Samyak Babhuva. That means he manifested himself as that. Not that he became, came into being, came into existence, came into manifestation. So, Ishvara came into being in the form of Mr. Brahmaji. And Brahmaji has 4 faces. I had told you earlier, the faces represents 4 Vedas. That was Brahma, Sambhabhuva, Vishwasya Karta, Bhuvanasya Go. Prathamaha. Prathamaha Gunatasya, Prathamaha Kalatasya. Swayambhutaha. Sambhabhuva means Swayambhuta. There is nobody who created him. Means he manifested. Because there is nothing other than him. That Vakya, Ekam Sat Bahudha Vipravadanti. Sadeva Saumya Idamagre Asid. Before the creation, there was only one Sat, that translates. And after the dissolution, there will be only one Sat. Even while there is a creation, it is one Sat. That before and after is actually not there because nothing is created. You can say before creation of dream, I alone was there, and after dissolution, I alone will be there. But which creation are you talking about? Which Srishti Jagat you are talking about, which is actually not there, is mithya. And whatever is created is only name and form, nothing other than Nama Rupa Karvani. He became name forms. So, Sambhabhuva, Samyak Babhuva, himself manifested himself in the form of Brahmaji, in the form of Vishnuji, in the form of Shivaji. Okay? That's. And Jeshta Putraya, eldest son, that means he had many other sons. If there is only one son, you cannot say he is the eldest son. No? Saeva Jeshtaha, Saeva Kanishtaha. If there is only one son, the son only, he becomes the eldest and the youngest. You see, a Hindu cannot say, showing 2, 3 women, this is my first wife, this is my second wife, and this is my third wife. You can show one lady and say that this is my first wife, this is my second, and this is my third, and this is my last. That can be possible. Muslim can say this is my first, second, third. But then you cannot say Jeshta Putram, there are no sons. He had many sons. And there were different kalpas, and so he had different sons in those days. But which kind of putra? Manasa putra. Manasa, Srujyamana. And Jeshta Putraya Praha. Brahma Devanam Prathamas Sambhabhuva Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta. So Jeshta Putraya Atharvaya Praha. Kya Praha? Brahma Vidyam. Which Brahma Vidya? Sarva Vidya Pratishtha. He taught the Brahma Vidya which is the pratishtha. What does it mean by pratishtha? The substratum. No? Sarva Vidya Pratishtam, the most exalted among all forms of knowledge, he taught to his first son, the eldest son, as Atharva. Okay? Sarva Vidya Pratishtha is an adjective to Vidya. What? There are so many Vidyas, and there are so many branches of given Vidya, like medical science. There is a Vidya, Sharira Vijnanam. But in Sharir Vijnanam also there are so many branches, orthopedics and ophthalmology and ENT and so many things. And again there also sub-branch. Somebody has done in ophthalmology, then there is retinologist. Then there are physician, general physician, heart physician, and there are heart surgeon, brain physician and brain surgeon, They are different. So, if you know one Vidya, how can you say Sarva Vidya Pratishtha, which is a substratum of all Vidya, because we are talking about the consciousness, which is the Gnata, which is Gneya, and which is Gnanam. Whatever may be the Gnanam, Brahma Vidya, that Brahman means the consciousness, and it is the very substratum for all Vidyas, because of which all Vidyas are possible, and therefore Brahma Vidya is called Sarva Vidya. And Praha, Aha also means same, he told. And in English, Praha also means same. It is a limitation of the English language. Praha means he not simply told, he taught. Okay? Literal translation of Praha is he told. But the contextual translation is he taught. There are some teachers who teach, but may not teach whole thing. In Gujarati they say, Guru chavi potan paase જ રાખે. One Vidya, they don't give. This Dronacharya gave this Vidya to Abhimanyu's mother, Chakravyuha. But didn't tell him, teach him how to come out of Chakravyuha. Guru keeps certain things with himself to keep the student under check. It's a control psychology problem. If it is so, if the Guru also has a problem, better you change the Guru, control psychology. Some parents always want to control in the name of discipline. And they think they are too caring a father and too caring a mother. Not caring, they're too possessive. And you may possess also, that is okay, provided somebody want to be possessed. Teenage children don't want to be possessed. And some of them are so dynamic, so aggressive. Their caring is almost to the extent of controlling them. There is a hell of a difference between caring and controlling. Okay? So, Guru cannot be controlling, can be caring. So, Praha, not Aha, but Praha, he taught completely. He revealed the entire Vidya, and not only he revealed, but he saw to it that fellow understands. That is Praha, completely taught. Never gets tired of teaching. Student has a freedom to question. And again, and in absence of necessary subtlety of the intellect, in absence of certain degree of sharpness of the buddhi, one doesn't understand. But teacher is never tired of teaching him and continues teaching till student understands. Brahma Vidya Sarva Vidya Pratishtham Brahma Vidyam. He taught him completely. Praha, they say, he taught completely. Completely is not a translation. He taught till the fellow understood. And therefore, Guru in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna asked Arjuna, Hey Arjuna, have you understood? Kaschidetat shrutam partha tvaya ekagrana chetasa Kashyadagnana sammoha pranashtaste dhananjaya. Is your delusion gone? Should I continue again? I tell you, like some children, where the parents are too much controlling and they give so much of instruction, and sometimes repetitively, just to cut short, children, yes, yes, I have understood, I understood. Don't worry, daddy, I'll take care. Don't worry, I have understood, I understood. And they go away. The fellow has not listened to anything. Then having gone, he will call mom. Mom, what does daddy mean by this? Just to cut him short. He is fed up of listening his instruction. So he says, I have understood. Similarly, Arjuna can be interpreted in 18th chapter saying, yes, yes, I have understood, because he don't want Krishna to keep repeating. He says, Nashto moha smrutir labdha. My delusion is gone. It was not to cut short Bhagavan, but he meant. He literally understood what was taught. He had the clarity of what was taught, and therefore he said, Nashto moha. Yes, I have understood. It is my vision now. I shall fight now. I'm ready to fight. Now understand what is fighting and why fighting, and let us work. So also praha, till all the doubts of the student were cleared. Till he had clarity about the vision. And all viparita bhavanas were removed by teacher. Till then he taught. Jeshta putraya atharvaya atharvaneyam pravadet brahma. What was taught by Atharva, taught by Brahmaji to Atharva, that Atharva Urovacha Angire Brahma Vidyam. That Brahma Vidya, Atharva Angirase, Atharvane Angirase, Bharadwajaya Angirase. Both ways it came. Angirasa Gotra Utpanna, or Angirasa Rishi Santana. And belonging to which Gotra? Bharadwaja Gotra, he taught that. And Purovacha in the earlier time, So, Atharva and Atharvan, there are two words in Sanskrit for information. Atharvan, so Atharva is Nakaranta, ending in consonant Na. And Atharva, ending in vowel A. That's how the difference is. And further difference are also talking. Here, Akaranta Pullinga, Shabda Upayukta. Here that all different meaning doesn't work here. Only one Shabda, Atharva. So what he was given by his teacher, he passed on to Angirasa. What Brahmaji taught to Atharva, that Atharva Angire Brahma Vidyam Purovacha, taught to Angira Rishi in those days. And that Angira Bharadwajaya Satyavahaya Praha, which he taught, to Satyavaha. And then what? Brahma Vidya, one who was Bharadwaja, sorry. He was born in the family of Bharadwaja. He taught it. And that Bharadwaja, the person Rishi born in the family of Bharadwaja, Satyavahaya Praha. Okay? He told to Satyavaha. And Bharadwajo Angirase, and that Satyavaha taught to Angiras. How Paravaram. This is that which comes through the teacher to student, higher level to lower level. That's not a correct translation. Okay? It's symbolic thing. When we say, I know some people, they don't like to sit on a chair in front of me. No, no, sorry. I can't sit on a chair in front of a Guruji. Here he says, Paravaram, coming from upper to lower. So Vidya travels, it is like water, Ganga, Ganga is a Gnana Ganga. Personification of knowledge is Gangaji. Manifestation of knowledge in the form of Gangaji. So, that form can be interpreted differently. Atharva Bharadvajaya Satyavahaya Praha. And Paravaram means teachers should sit up and students should sit down. Again, it is symbolic. They say the student must serve Guru, then only knowledge will come. This is a good niyama for Brahmanas and Gurus. Who made the niyama? Guru made niyama. And that niyama is good for themselves because they get service from the student. All seva they will do because it is mandatory. As long as they are student, like Mullah Nasruddin came to India to study this Vidya. He had heard that there are gurus in Himalaya, and you have to become their shishya and take initiation and then do seva. So he went to a guru and said, Sir, give me diksha. He said, I'll give you. Why? He said, I want to become your disciple. Okay, you become. But then you have to do some seva. He says, I will do all seva. You should tell me. Just then give me diksha. So he asked him, what is the duties of a student? Seva. He says, you have to get up early by 4:45, 4:30, get ready by bath, etc. Then make cup of tea and then make wake. I need bed tea. And by the time you should prepare the bathroom, because I'm going to go and use it. And then once I'm done with shower, you have to give me a fresh, pressed clothes. And then give me all my chandan tika ready, chandanam, etc. And then I'll sit for meditation. And by then, when I finish meditation, it would be time for the breakfast. So by then, you should make breakfast and tea, coffee ready. Oh, good. Then what? Then you have to finish, serve me this breakfast and clean the breakfast vessels. And then you take breakfast. Then you are free. Whole day? No. Just for a few minutes. Then we will have a class. So before the class, you have to clean the classroom also. And keep the table ready and put a watch and all that. And then you have to prepare lunch and then feed me and then only you can eat and then clean everything and then sometime some siesta in the afternoon and thereafter you have to do preparation for temple and then Goshala and milk the cows and all went on and on. Whole day was spent. He says, that's okay. And this is the Diksha. If I take Diksha of a student, Shishya, I have to do this. Okay, but what Guru will do? He says, Guru has nothing to do. Then Mullah says, don't give me Shishya Diksha, give me Guru Diksha. Straight. Initiate me as a Guru, not Shishya, because that initiation will help me. So that I don't have to work anything. My disciple will take care of it. So similarly, this niyama is created by gurus that students should serve Guru. No. This is the niyama of knowledge. Praha means communicate. Knowledge travels, though there is printed thing is available. And by studying, you can understand something if some writer is very elaborate and eloquent. But there is one difference we are talking. What is that? The people say, I'll do myself. Swayambhu Guru. And modern Swamis have fashion here. Don't make gurus. Then he becomes guru of his cult, His devotees and thousands, and he has given initiation to them and he claims himself to be big vote bank. That's all he wants to. In democracy, numbers count. Anyway, so gurus created this niyama. No, this is a niyama of knowledge. Knowledge is like water. Water always flows from top to higher level to lower level. And the knowledge always travels from guru to shishya, provided the shishya is ready for knowledge. Then you don't have to ask for knowledge. Knowledge comes out. There is a mention, beautiful mention in the 4th chapter. Some of you are attending Gujarati classes of Mataji. She will tell in the next week or so. Nowadays, that Shraddhavan is going on. But she might have told also, I don't know. Knowledge doesn't come out if Guru doesn't have karuna for student. And once he has it, he cannot rest till he dies. Karuna, compassion. So, knowledge flows by itself, provided it finds a person ready for knowledge. When it sees adhikari, it will. That is indicated by paravara. Sitting from upper, from higher to lower, from guru to shishya, and then this shishya to his shishya, and that his shishya to his shishya. It goes on like that. And paravara also can be adjective to vidya. Paravaram vidya means paravidya, brahma vidya, our vidya, other than brahma gnana. Which we'll see again. There is a question of a student, and we are going to discuss it elaborately. So, Atharva, God taught it whom? Atharvane pravadet brahma, Atharva purovacha angirase, angire. And that Bharajvat Gotra Utpanna Angirasa, then he was Satyavahaya, Satyavaha, say he Raha Angirase. Angira, Angira, Akaranta Nama is there, and Angiras, Angiran is Nakara. Both mean the same, and that is the name. So he taught this to Angira, and that Vidya coming from teachers to low higher to a teacher to student. And disciple who is on a lower level, teacher is on higher level, is symbolic. Just as water flows that way, naturally. So when there is a shishya sitting down, means there is a prahvi bhava. There is a bhava of surrender, bhava of acceptance of Guru Vakyas as it is, no resistance. That bhava is there, and that bhava is seen by Guru, and the Vidya flows. Therefore, the Bhagavad Gita, we have word Gita, which was sung, it just came out. So, Paravaraya. Okay. Then what? Continue further. Look at the third mantra. We'll chant again, though we have seen it a little bit, but we'll see further. Shaunako havai mahashalah शौनको हवै महाशालः अंगिरसं विधिवत् उपसन्नपप्रच्छ अंगिरसं विधिवत् उपपन्नप्रप्रच्छ उपसन्नपप्रच्छ तस्मिन्नु भगवो विज्ञाते तस्मिन्नु भगवो विज्ञाते सर्वमिदं विज्ञातं भवति सर्वमिदं विज्ञातं भवति हवै महाशालः शौनकः. Indeed, very well known Shaunaka, name of a rishi, which was mentioned in previous mantra. Who is he? Mahashala. Shala means Pakashala, place where it is cooked. Then Yagna Shala, when yagnas are performed. So any thing you like it, you can commit and devote yourself to it, then it becomes yagna. Mahashala means his cooking was too much, means kept feeding to people or kept performing various yagnas. That is Mahashala. So last time I mentioned, 2 Agnis should be there in the home. That one, the fire ritual, and another one is the fire for cooking. Okay. So this indicates that Shaunako Havai Mahasalaha Angirasam Vidivat Upasannah Papracha Kasminnu Bhagavo Vignate Sarvamidam Vignatam Bhavati. He was a grihastha. Okay. The word Mahashala indicates that he lived a grihastha life and life of prayers. Why grihastha? There is no mention of woman over here. That is true, but must be that. Because, as I told you last time, when you remove your shikha, when you remove yagnopavitam, one doesn't have any right to perform any ritual or laukika karma. It's freedom, shastric sanction. But as long as you have this yagnopavitam on your body, one has to do certain karmas. And though man is performing, but then they say it's a women are deprived, another problem. They are called Swami Prashnanandas, They question Prashna Chaitanyas. They look here, the respect, so much respect she is given. So much of appreciation of what she does. Because those days this fire, this gas was not there, electricity was not there, cooking range was not there, nothing was there, oven was not there. Cooking was a project by itself. Maintaining the home was a project by itself. So she has to just glance, come and glance yajna material. Then only that fellow can perform. Okay? And the best part of it is for women, she gets 50% punya of the yajna performed by her husband every time. It is like those standing instructions in the bank. Every first of every month you deduct the housing loan installment and insurance installment from my account. So every month you don't have to go and give. That's it. Similarly, whatever the husband does, she gets 50% of it by glance, by allowing him to do. So punya is there. Woman was involved in the yajnas. It is not that she was deprived. Anyway, coming back to this, but to perform yajna, you need a woman, wife, not a woman, you need a wife. and therefore he must be a grahastha. Shaunako havai mahasala. Acha. Then he says, Angirasam vidivat upasanna. What is this? He approached Angirasa vidivat according to the stipulations, as per the tradition, as per the mention in the Shastra. There is a methodology, there is a system to approach a teacher. Vidivat means what? Samit pani. Having some firewoods in the hand, dried firewoods in the hand, and you should approach. That is a upahara that you are giving to teacher. So is it that these teachers are also viable? You give them something and then they give vidya? No. Giving something which is useful to them for you. Therefore, dry firewoods, fire twigs were given while they approached to teacher. This is our parampara. Not only teacher, but certain people we have to respect. Nariktapanir abhivadaye dveja deva dvija guru gurum. You should not greet these people empty-handed. Who are they? Never go empty-handed to Devata. Never go empty-handed to a guru. And never go empty-handed to Deva Rajanam Daivatam Guru. To Devatas, Guru and Raja. Therefore, even today, when Hindus go to temple, they don't go empty-handed. They carry something. If nothing is there, Americans will pick up a flower from their garden and offer it to Ishvara. And you get back also. It is prasada. In the temple you go, you get back. So don't approach them empty-handed. That shows your attitude of surrender, attitude of respect for the teacher. Vidivat, so he carried firewoods and approached and asked, Tasminnu bhago vignate sarvamidam vignatam bhavati. But he says, oh sir, oh revered one, teacher, by kasmin vignate, by knowing which sarvamidam vignatam bhavati, everything else becomes known. This person has not taught him. Look at the question. By knowing something, I become knower of everything. How? That day we will discuss tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari. One small announcement. We'll have class.